Welcome in, guys. I'm Noah Castor. To my right is Brandon Hudson, and across the table we have my man Darren Kinslow, and we are the Benchwarmers. Today we're going to be discussing a lot of stuff that went on in the NFL landscape, some of the free agents that went down. So first we're going to be getting into LeVeon Bell signing with the Jets. What do you guys think of the move?
I'll go ahead and go.
You want to go first?
I think it's a great move for them. Now they've got a running back. It's one less position they got to go with and everything. And then another thing is now it adds pressure to the Patriots. So now they've got a few players.
I'm scared. I'm shaking.
Shaking his boots, dude.
No, but I'm anxious to see kind of how he does coming back in the NFL. I'm anxious to see if he loses some of the weight that he's gained over the offseason, or what's his offseason, I guess you could say. And, I mean, I think it'd be pretty interesting to see what he can do still. I hope he's still able to do what he can do before, because even though all that happened, it's still he's still one of the best running backs, and I still got respect for him.
100%.
But, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think they got him on a really good deal. Like, the numbers that we were talking about in the offseason, I think they still got him on a really good deal. He did get $35 million guaranteed, which is what he wanted. He wanted the guaranteed money, but still for the Jets, I think it was a good deal signing LeVeon Bell.
Yeah, I do. I think it's just going to come down to how well is he going to play now that he's had a year off.
Mm-hmm.
But if he comes back and he plays like he did anything like when he was in Pittsburgh, I think it's a great pickup for the Jets. But
100%.
I'm just curious to see what he'll do.
Yeah, definitely
how
take
he's going to perform.
Pressure off of Sam Darnold, so that'll be good.
Definitely, yeah.
Yep. All right, moving into the next, not really free agent, but in his situation, he basically was. Antonio Brown going to the Oakland Raiders. What do we think about that whole situation?
It's just kind of confusing because the Raiders already had Amari Cooper, but I guess they got their first-round draft pick, and they were able to pick up Brown for, what, a third and a fifth, right?
Yep, third and fifth.
Which I think is a good deal for the Raiders. I don't know. It seems like they're trying to rebuild, but now he's 30-some-odd years old. That part I don't understand, but I think they got him for a pretty good deal, and I think he'll help out the Raiders, but I just don't really understand exactly what they're doing.
Didn't want to pay Khalil Mack, but they'll pay a 30-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but
I thought the goal was to rebuild through the draft, and then you sign that guy to a very big deal, biggest deal for the wide receiver. So, I mean, I don't know. Brandon, what do you think about it?
I think I agree with you guys. There's kind of a weird situation having him sign at the age he is, but also I think it's also a good move for him because, I mean, then again, it's AB. Yeah. I mean, we already know he's still performing like he does. Yes, he's a crybaby in the process, but he still is a good receiver.
100%.
He knows what he's doing. In my opinion, Gruden's got something up his sleeve right now. He's pulling out all these first-round draft picks, second-round draft picks. He's still got draft picks to go.
Yep.
He's still gaining players, so it's not over for him yet.
Still got 3 first-rounders, and he's signing a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're getting a new stadium, so they're doing the reset process of doing what I thought he was going to do. He's going to rebuild the team. He's doing it right. I mean, honestly, going with him, even though he's older, he's still got experience.
Yeah,
in the NFL
I still think
and
that's going to help him a lot, especially with the younger guys coming in too.
100%.
So
especially getting rid of, who is it? Amari Cooper. Getting rid of Amari Cooper, picking up AB and right in his position. I mean, there you go.
As much as we
still have your draft pick.
As much as we love Amari Cooper, he can't shine freaking Antonio Brown's shoes. It's just on another level. So, All right, moving into the next free agent, we got Earl Thomas signing with the Ravens. I think this is a really good move. They lost about half of their defense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the reason they let all those guys go so they could sign Earl Thomas, but Earl Thomas is probably the best safety in the NFL, so I think it's a really good signing.
Yeah. I was actually kind of shocked on this one, actually. I thought he was going to the Cowboys for a while there. Mm-hmm. Then they finally stopped and were like, we don't want him anymore.
Yep.
But I was thinking, this is going to be a really good pickup for him because, they're still really good on defense. They had a really great defense last year. Adding Earl Thomas into it, if he comes back fully healthy, that's going to be a great turnout for him.
100%.
Yeah, and losing Eric Weddle, too, that'll help.
Definitely. Yeah, really good signing. Okay, moving into the next one, probably my favorite, Mr. Nick Foles going to the Jaguars, man. I think this is probably the best move they could have made. Nick Foles going into a team that's really talented. We're looking at 2 years ago, they gave the Patriots a run for their money in the AFC Championship game. And I think they're just one quarterback away from getting there, and we all know what Nick Foles can do in the playoffs. We know what he is in clutch moments, and I love this signing. So I don't know what you guys think about it.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what he can do in a full 16-game season because we've seen what he's able to do in the playoffs and those short-time situations.
Yep.
But I just want to see how he does in a full season as a starter because it's completely different from just being a backup and playing in those key moments.
100%.
I don't like this one at all. Entering my division
Wonder
now.
why, Texans fan, wait.
Entering my division. I do think it's a good signing for him and everything, but I don't like to see it because now he's in my division. I hope he just signs that contract and just instantly becomes poo-poo because it's not looking good for me right now. Yeah. But, I mean, they've still got some room that they need to do. They still got some defensive players they need to pick up, maybe a little bit of offense still. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's still a good signing for him. I think they'll do good this year.
100%.
Just don't do good against the Texans. Just take it easy on us, all right?
All right, speaking of the Texans, we got a former Texan signing with the Chiefs, Mr. Tyrone Matthew, the Honey Badger signing with the Chiefs. What do we think of the signing? We'll go with Brandon.
Yeah, I'm going with
win-win for you.
Yeah.
I'm honestly kind of happy for this one, honestly. It sucks to see him go away from the Texans because, I mean, they do have they've got a lot of named players on the defense with J.J. Watt,
Jadeveon
Clowney.
Yep.
Him, they're signed a few other. They signed a corner. I can't remember what his name is right now, but they signed a corner and a new safety. I mean, that could have probably helped. But honestly, Tyrone Matthew coming to the Chiefs, that excites me because now I can go see him play in person because I will be going to a few more games this year, especially seeing that he's coming. I will pick up his jersey and everything. 100%. And so I'm really excited to see him come closer to where I can see him play and everything.
I'm not sure what the Chiefs are doing. We'll get into what they're doing like later in the video, but this is a really good signing. Tyrann Mathieu, probably top 3 safety in the NFL, so he can really play the box safety, nickel safety, go out in the center field. So a really good pickup.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
I agree. And we'll talk about them losing their players.
My gosh, yeah. Speaking of safeties, you got Mr. Eric Weddle signing with the Rams. I think he's still probably late in his career. I think he's still got a few years left on him. Signed a 2-year deal with the Rams. They needed some safety help losing LaMarcus Joyner. I think it's a good pickup. I think it's a good place for Eric Weddle to probably end his career. So.
Yeah. I don't have much to say on it, but I do think it's good to replace Joyner. So.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, like Darren, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really follow the Ravens at all last season, so I didn't really know who was on there. So I didn't really know Eric Weddle was even on there.
Yep.
But definitely, I did watch some highlights over him, see what he could do.
He's a monster.
And I definitely think he's a really good player, and he'll fit right in with the Rams with their good defense that they've got if they can keep it together. And that'll be pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. I heard him say that he was going to the Rams, and I was kind of shocked, and I was like, that's going to be pretty deadly over there.
Yeah, they needed the safety after losing LaMarcus Joyner to the Raiders, so that's a good pickup for them. All right, on to our local hometown team, the Kansas City Chiefs. They've gotten rid of everybody.
Yeah.
The weakest part of the team.
Yeah, the weakest part of the team. Let's just make it weaker. D Ford getting traded to the 49ers, not for a first-round pick. Oh, no, not even this year. A 2020 second-round pick. I don't get this. Can somebody explain this to me? Anybody? Brandon, Darren?
I really don't.
I'm hoping it just clears up cap and they go for someone
big.
Who
are they signing, though?
Yeah, who are they going for? Free agency's over, basically. There's no one left in free agency that you could think of.
The only thing I can think of is the new defensive coordinator is just gonna
trying to do his own thing.
Yeah, just completely rebuild the defense.
I'm starting to think that maybe with no one being in free agency, no one big is going to happen in the draft. I'm thinking maybe tank this year, accept the loss this year.
There's no way they're tanking this year.
I have a feeling they will though. No, what else are they doing,
dude?
I know they can't, but they're tanking this year. No, maybe go for some draft picks next year. I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing, man. They let go of Eric Berry. I get they signed Tyron, but and then Justin Houston, you lost your 2 pass rushers. Oh, we have Chris Jones. He's gonna get doubled every game, man.
They did pick up the Damian Wilson, so I mean that'll be something. But
he's the savior.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with picking up him.
I was very upset, but who knows? I mean, maybe they.
As a Chiefs fan, we were all shocked, but also happy because my boy Tyrone Matthew's coming.
Get a first rounder for him. 2020 second rounder for D Ford. Yeah. Nice. All right, I'm calmed down. All right, moving on to Mr. Landon Collins getting signed with the Redskins. 6 years, $84 million. That's a lot of money for a safety. What do you guys think of the signing?
That's crazy. I saw that go through, and I was like, I'm glad the Chiefs or Texans did not go for him because I saw how much he went for.
Yeah, I wanted the Packers to sign him, but not for that much money.
No. I think it'll be a good pickup for the Redskins, but I don't know. That's just a lot of money to pay for one guy that, I mean, he's good. I will say that, but it's just hard to pay that much money for him when you still got to rebuild your whole team, basically.
And he's a box safety, too. He's not somebody that's going to get you interceptions. He's more of a run-stopping safety, so I think that's way too much money. But yeah, we all agree on that. All right, the big splash.
Biggest one,
The biggest one that really came out of nowhere.
I still can't believe it.
Odell Beckham Jr. gets traded to the Cleveland Browns.
I'm going with this. I'm going with this.
Please, I don't know.
This is deadly, I think. I think this is going to be crazy deadly for the Browns. Having Odell Beckham Jr., having Baker Mayfield, and Jarvis Landry. And you've got two of the best receivers besides Antonio Brown.
Picked up Kareem Hunt. He's going to get suspended, but he's going to be around whenever the playoffs roll around.
And you still got Nick Chubb. And
all you got to do is
Duke Johnson.
And David Njoku, right?
Yeah, David Njoku. And you got Myles Garrett. The defense is looking good. They look
scary. It's another Chiefs, honestly. Another Chiefs. They got all offense, but they need defense.
They
still
do need some defense.
Trading, what was it?
Peppers. Trading Peppers, yeah.
Yep, traded him, and so, I mean, that was one of their probably big parts of their defense, but I don't know what they're going to do for defense now, but they got to do something.
Getting Odell was huge,
yeah.
I think. That offense is going to look good.
That one, this one's surprising. Like, I'm still shocked just thinking about it now.
I'm not bought in yet. I need to see them make the playoffs first because they haven't made the playoffs.
Yeah.
But it's going to be crazy. I'm really liking them to be in the championship for the AFC. Because Baker Mayfield looked good last year with Jarvis Landry, now Odell Beckham Jr. It's going to be tough to stop those two.
I feel bad for the Steelers.
Dude, that division just keeps getting harder and harder, and the Steelers are just... it's going to be bad for the Steelers.
Before we wrap this video up, though, I'm going to talk about Steelers for a second, because they did pick up Nelson, and that was...
For a great contract.
Great contract.
What are they doing? He's horrible. I don't know.
Yeah, that one kind of confused me. Threw me off.
I want to ask you guys, what are the Giants doing?
The Giants?
What are they doing?
See, that's what surprised me the whole time.
But I think that's good for the Giants, too, because now they got another draft pick.
It is.
You can try and get a receiver now in the draft.
And they've got another safety now, too.
Yeah, a quarterback. So
it's good for him, but that's what shocked me the most. Odell is getting a quarterback most likely in the draft. He's got Saquon. He's had pieces coming together, and then out of nowhere, it just goes straight to the Browns. That's just shocking.
I just don't get it. He literally said, Gettleman, the GM, said, we didn't sign Odell to trade him. And then 2 months later, he gets traded. They signed him to that huge deal, lost so much cap space, and now they trade him.
Yeah, I was shocked on that one.
I don't get the move, but...
It's a meme.
Yep, it's a meme. All right, that wraps up our free agency talk. We're going to be bumping out the New York Jets offseason report here soon after this. So stay tuned for that, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. And this has been the Benchwarmers, guys.
Deuces.